One, two. Coming off the top, y'all know how we do. Listen, I'ma drop a freestyle you can cherish. I'ma send a shout out to the host named Eric. Yo, he's never on some average shit. You know Eric, he stays loud and passionate. I'm about to break it down for y'all with the clever song. Yo, shout the host named Thomas, cause he's never wrong. Yo, shout to John, you know that he's smart and quiet, unlike my freestyles, which cause a riot. I'm about to do it like this, cause the people love me. Shouts out to PHP, the ugly. It's called ugly cause it's not professional, but I'm about to come through and bless it with style. So let's do it when I'm spitting, I perfume the room. Yo, the segment of the show is called Doom and Gloom. That came from Thomas. Yeah, can nobody go beyond this? I get the mic and then I'm about to keep it like a promise. Yeah, and y'all know we fill them up with anguish. We talking about the PHP, the programming language. About to break it down, no exaggeration. What do y'all do for a living? Web applications. Okay, I can dig it. My words spray tight. They getting together on the Thursday nights. Yeah, when it comes to rhyming, you can call me the new dude. I spew true lyrics while y'all broadcast on YouTube. So let's get it. You know my lyrics are major. All up in the comments, they got plenty of haters, but they doing what they doing. Keep it ugly. We ending every show with the saying it's lovely. Let's go. Hey, shout out to y'all. Peace to the whole squad, man. Hope your channel is doing real well on YouTube. Hope you guys are having fun. And it was an honor and blessing to do this little custom freestyle for y'all. Hope you enjoy. Stay up. Yeah. Come on. Hey.
September 7th, 2023, and you're listening to episode 351 of the PHP Ugly podcast. This podcast is made a little better thanks to a few sponsors: PhpStorm, honeybadger.io, and PHP Architect, as well as our fabulous supporters on Patreon. I'm one of your hosts, Eric Van Johnson, and with me tonight are my friends, John Congdon.
Love Thursday nights. Let's do it.
And Tom Right Up.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey. If you watch the live stream, you guys get a little Harry Mac boost before the stream starts. But the audio podcast listeners don't. If you listen to the audio podcast, you've got to hear it at the end. That's Harry Mack, who plays the PHP Ugly theme song for us. That guy has absolutely just exploded. He's doing like a world tour now. Like he's everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Did you see him freestyle for Ice Cube?
Yeah, we talked about that. A while back. Yeah. Man, he just destroys it. I posted in our Discord today him doing one of those, you know how the magazines do the Google searches for a celebrity. He was one of those people, and then he freestyled the whole thing. The guy is an absolute machine. Which reminds me, if you want to be part of the show, if you're listening to the audio podcast, it's going to be a little too late, but you can always join. Pop into our Discord at discord.phpugly.com. You can suggest titles, you participate in the show, give us feedback, but that group is in there all week long. They do a great job. And I have to apologize to Discord. I don't know what all those posts were. Like, there were like 3 posts that came out of Discord. Oh, I know what happened there. Okay, Discord, that's my fault. Those were link previews. I changed the little posting there. I will correct that for next week, maybe, possibly. Probably will forget, but we'll blame John.
Speaking of participation, I have somebody messaging me privately asking me what it costs to have Harry Mack do that intro. And I can tell you that he is no longer doing them because we wanted to have it updated and get a new version of it. And they said, nope, that's not happening anymore. So nope. So I don't know that it matters what we paid for.
You really don't want to know how much we paid for it anyways, because as it turns out, it was criminal because now he's had our theme song for what, like 5 years now, 6 years? It's been a while, right? So he wasn't so popular when he did the theme song for us, but yeah, that turned out to be a great bargain.
Yeah, and since we did that, they actually added a for commercial purposes licensing for videos on Cameo and stuff. So,
oh really? Well, this wasn't a Cameo. It wasn't a Cameo.
Yeah, I contacted him directly, and I was like, "Hey, we do this?" And he's like, "For you, John, of course I'd do it for you."
He's such a nice guy.
I'll have my people contact you.
And that person contacted him was still Harry Mack. That's how little he was known back then. Champ in the Discord, NorCal Kid. You've got to step it up this week, NorCal Kid. I had to do a thumbnail last week. Still a little jaded about that.
You did a good job, though.
Oh, thank you.
I give you that much. Yeah. Eric, how was your week?
My week was all right. Just so much busy work going on. I don't know when it stops.
Busy work's not good.
Yeah, it's not. It's really not. But all in all, we opened up call for papers for tech. So real excited about that. I feel like we've got a great cadence marching towards tech. Like I remember last year about this time, I was like, what are we gonna do? Why did we think we could do this? And already we got the hotel locked down, we got the AV equipment in our secret location and ready to just disperse when needed. And it's just we got the site up, we got the call for papers done, we have our prospectus pretty much completed. We got a couple of rough edges there we still need to clean up, but yeah, it's feeling good. It's feeling really good. I mean, kind of on cruise control now until like call for papers get done. But
and
that process is rough too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's only been open for a few days. We haven't really promoted it too much, just a little bit here and there. I already got a good number of submissions in there. Have you looked?
I know one that came. No, I haven't looked, but one of the people who was submitting let me know that they submitted, what they submitted.
JB.
And, yes, I had to think about that. Yes, I'm very excited about that one. Like,
he only submitted one. At least last time I looked.
That's still early, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yep.
But besides that, I don't know. Just like I said, I don't seem to have like free time. Just isn't a thing for me anymore.
You work at Burning Man?
That wasn't at Burning Man.
I heard that's a good thing, actually.
Good friend of mine was at Burning Man. Actually, the friends I had who were at Burning Man said that it was all being blown out of proportion. Like there definitely was rain. It definitely was muddy. But like my friend, my really close friend, said that I'm like, were you guys able to get out? He's like, why would we have gotten out? He's like, it's still like 3 or 4 days to go, man. I'm here until Tuesday. I'm like, okay, so it's still a thing. He's like, yeah, just it's not like everything everybody's making it out to be. It's fine. It's muddy, it's wet, but everybody's having a good time. That's the last I heard of him. No. It was, I have no ambitions. I don't know about you guys. I have no ambitions to go to Burning Man. I was just talking to the current wife about this. It used to be a thing I was very interested in, but it just got, I don't know, like the tech bros took it over, and I don't know, it just isn't something.
Now it's just too commercial. I would have done it earlier, but now it's too commercial.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah. Something like that.
And I'm not a big camper to begin with. So that was always like my biggest reason for not doing it. I don't camp. Like the idea of camping, well, I should preference that. The idea of being isolated somewhere and camping appeals to me. I would like that. But that's not the reality. Like whenever somebody says, "Hey, you want to go camping?" and you go camping, you're like in this campground with 100 other people and pitching tents all over the place. It's like,
not here in Colorado.
How's this camping? Yeah, I've never had a good camping experience. Not that I've had like terrible ones. It just hasn't lived up to my expectation. And it kind of that's always been the thing with Burning Man with me too. It's like too many people.
I feel like if I wanted to get lost alone in a forest, I'd just play Skyrim. I don't see the appeal at all.
Well, camping is fun, especially when you have kids and you go with other families where the kids go running off. You sit around the campfire, have a few drinks or a lot of drinks.
You can go to the bathroom anywhere, which is good and bad. Mostly bad.
I do that now at home. What are you talking about? I got a big old backyard, man. No problem there.
Got a big old pool to be in.
Before we move on from me, I know I've already hogged the show. This is why you guys don't ask me how my week went first. I had a funny story today. My current kids of my current wife. Is that how it goes? NorCal, SoCal kids, for my birthday this year, bought me a legitimate drone. And I hadn't really had a lot of chance to play with it. And the couple times I have played with it, it drove my dog absolutely berserk. And I couldn't stand it. Like, she wouldn't stop barking and screaming and just, it was... Anyways, today I took it out and the dog was okay. Toast, the dog was okay with it until I brought it in for a landing, and then she figured it was her time to pounce. But it was fine for the most part. And then, like, I sat there and I knew it. I knew as soon as I said it because I hadn't crashed or anything. And in my property, I have about a half an acre of property, but the majority of that is this hillside, so it's not like I have a half an acre of usable property. It's this big hillside, so I hadn't crashed it yet, which was my biggest concern. Is like I was going to get it on top of this hill, and it's not like a pretty Windows screensaver hill with flowers and grass. No, this is like cliffhanger type of hill that you have to go climb up. So I knew as soon as I launched out, I'm gonna do one more run and that's it, because I thought my battery was running low. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do one more run and that's it. And I do that, and I guess like once the drone detects either the battery's going low or once it loses contact with the remote, I don't know what happened, but it tries to come back and land. So the problem with that is the part of my backyard where I was standing, where it wanted to come back and land, is like 90% pool. It landed in the pool.
Oh, no.
Very, very smooth landing, I might add. But yeah. So I went for a swim today. It was a little nippy, but okay.
So are you not able to control it at all when it's doing that?
I couldn't appear to, because it was weird, because I was trying to fly it, and then it just turned back to me in the house. I was standing in the backyard. It started coming down the hill. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like trying to, and it's descending this whole time. I'm trying to lift, get it to lift back up, and it just is not responding to me at all. And I'm like doing the math. I'm like, it's not gonna make it. I'm like, pull up.
Beep, 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 beep.
You have a drone for 1 week and it kills itself.
Yeah, I was like, it was kamikaze on me. Kamikaze on me. Oh man. So it's over here. It's over here drying. I'll try to take it out tomorrow. We'll see what happens. John, how was your week?
My week was good. Monday being a day off for most people, I got to get caught up on a lot of accounting work, which is a pain in the butt. But spend most of my day doing that. Running a business really is not fun sometimes. More business stuff where we found somebody that owed us a lot of money.
So yeah, that was kind of like, hey, I don't think you guys paid us.
Yeah,
Well, no. I reached out to him. I reached out and I was like, yeah, it's probably an accounting error on our part, but this invoice hasn't been paid yet. Or I don't have any evidence of the invoice being paid. Can you just check to see if you guys paid it? So, I'm not running around checking everything. Yeah, they contacted me back saying, nope, our bad. We didn't pay it.
Which, had they been smart, they would have been like, yeah, you guys clearly don't know how to do accounting. Totally paid. See ya.
Yeah. Who is this? Web development. What's the web? I got.
But they're really cool about it. They're like, oh, our accounting department has this new vendor thing in place. You have to fill out these forms, and I didn't get them to you. So that's the problem with handshake agreements or like just verbal agreements. And you're like, oh, I trust you to pay. We'll do all this stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it comes down to. It's like, yeah, they're going to pay us, right? I mean, it's not like we have to keep an eye on it or anything.
Yeah.
And again, they weren't intentionally avoiding us either. They're good people. We appreciate them, but yeah, it was just like one of these kooky things. Like we weren't barking, so they, and they didn't know. They it was lost in the sauce somewhere. I guess they got their wires crossed on their end, and nobody was asking questions, so nobody cared.
Ben Ramsey, did you go to Dragon Con? Is it in Atlanta? And did you happen to meet an archer named John Day?
That was,
I don't know what.
Oddly specific.
So, if you're listening to the audio podcast, that makes no sense. Ben Ramsey's in our Discord channel, discord.phpugly.com. He went to Dragon Con over the weekend, and I have a friend from high school that.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I mean we're friends on Facebook, but yeah, we're really good friends in high school, and I know he went to Dragon Con.
I mean, I think there's only one Dragon Con, right? Or is that like a multiple? I mean, are there that many
I
in the world?
I have no clue. I've never been.
Tom, you would know.
No. Traveling.
All right, so Monday got accounting work done. We got, like he said, launched call for speakers. Excited about that. I'm just constantly making progress on tech. Super excited. Reaching out to some sponsors. Reached out to one that I haven't told you about yet, Eric, and they said, "Funny, we were just planning out our 2024 conference sponsorship. So get us your prospectus, and we'll look at it."
Nice.
I think that's the second person we've heard say that, but they do theirs in September. I feel like we need to do our push now.
Blitz.
Yeah. It's weird. Like John and I are the same. It's like we don't want to bother people and ask for money, but at the same time, we need money to do this. So
my favorite is the companies that say, "No, we want to trade services." I'm like, that doesn't work so well.
Yeah. How about you, Tom? How was your week before I cut to a sponsor ad?
Full of anxiety attacks and
what for this time?
I don't know. I'm flying out on Sunday to Mountain View, but man, I'm just having them sitting at home now. No good reason anymore.
Oh, actually, I'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So I've got this cute little necklace thing that's basically just a small metal straw It's supposed to help you like breathe. Like,
what? Breathe?
Yes, control your breathing. Although you bring up a good point, I
don't think you're using it right there, Tom.
No, I am.
Does it have a little spoon on the end? Just asking for a friend.
Yeah, actually, it's a little scooped out part. Now that you mention it. So, I mean, people with anxiety attacks, it's just sort of a constant struggle against your own body, and it's very annoying, but you have to do what you have to do anyways. So I'd really, really like to not go on a big plane flight to Las Vegas and sit there for 2 hours, but that's what I'm going to do.
No direct flights?
No, not out of Colorado Springs. It's getting better, but the closest I can get to a direct flight from Colorado Springs is like a 15-minute flight to Denver and then a direct flight. And I'm not going to do a 15-minute flight to Denver and then end up in Denver. That's awful. So
you're making it really challenging to segue to our sponsor. I'm telling you. You want to know what would make that anxiety less?
Yeah, you know what? You know what'll take a lot of anxiety off of your head is quality logging and monitoring from our sponsor.
No, that's not the one I'm going with, but okay, let's go with that one.
From one of our other sponsors.
Hey, here we go. Let's go with this one because I'm sure they would have no problem with the fact that we were joking around about casual drug use.
Thanks to our friends at honeybadger.io for sponsoring this podcast. Monitoring, like web development, can be complicated. There are tons of tools and techniques, but you just want to know that your app is up and that your customers are happy. When your customers encounter a problem, you need clear, actionable intelligence, not walls of charts and reams of logs to tail. That's why they built Honeybadger, the monitoring tool we always wanted. A tool that's there when you need it and gets out of your way when you don't, so that you can keep shipping code, know when critical errors occur, and which customers are affected. Respond instantly when your systems go down. Improve the health of your systems over time and fix problems before your customers can report them. Honeybadger is the application health monitoring tool built for you, the developer who cares about a quality product and happy customers. Be the hero of your team and sign up for a free trial and start monitoring today at honeybadger.io. Setup takes as little as 5 minutes. See what you've been missing and fix it. Once again, that's www.honeybadger.io.
Thank you, Honey Badger.
Eric, you had the most confused look on your face when that started.
Music. I don't know where that music came from. That was the weirdest beginning music, background music. But
you said that wasn't the ad that I was segueing to.
I was listening and I was wondering the same thing. Did I not say code properly? It did sound weird.
Code.
And that was his real voice. That was
I know.
AI.
Now I got to go re-record it because I was listening and I had the same thoughts.
Yeah, kid.
I don't know what happened. Not a clue. I had a thought. Oh yeah.
Ooh, this is a rare one. Go on.
Yeah, monitoring your app not just for errors, but all of the warnings. Did you realize if you got rid of your warnings, you could improve the performance of your app dramatically?
Yeah.
It's weird. Even if you don't do anything with it, right? You have a warning like undefined array index that normally doesn't matter. Nothing happens. Your app continues to work. And if you set your error reporting just to, ignore it, it doesn't matter because it still goes through all of the stack tracing and as if it were going to log the error, but doesn't do anything with it. So you're using time to do that. You're using memory. And just by cleaning those up, you can improve your performance for free.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I
funny.
wish we had Tom. I wish we had Honey Badger for email. You want to know why?
Why? You sent out a batch of emails that had horrible problems with them.
Well, error codes. Well, not error
we
codes.
talked.
I'm sorry, warning codes.
We
Did we
talked
talk
about it
about
last
it
week. I thought we
Oh,
did.
jeez. It all blended
I,
together. Did we talk about this last week, Tom?
I don't think so.
John sent out an
So-
email.
oh yeah, when we released the last month's magazine, I've been automating so much of the process around the magazine, and
Which is huge, by the way. Like how much John has automated compared to what we were originally doing when we took over the magazine is just vastly improved the workflow.
Mhm. But I had an undefined index in there, and usually it's just a command line thing that I'm running locally, so I didn't really care. It's not, I don't need performance. It's occasionally they pop up, whatever, I move on. And then I added the automation for the email, but it was taking some output and putting it into the template, and all of a sudden, hey, look, it updated my template. It did what I wanted to do. Send. The whole, review, make sure it's all right. who needs to do that?
I mean, it's a good thing the magazine's not about like quality coding or anything.
Bastard.
Well, I mean, at least they were PHP errors. It would have been different, like had it been like a JavaScript error or a Rust error or something.
Just send out another email saying it was an homage to all the QA workers out there.
The funny thing is, I caught it pretty quickly, but it's already been sent, and I don't want to. There's no reason to send a second email to say, "Whoops, there was not that big of a deal." But I immediately put it out on Mastodon saying, "Ha, look what I did," But I still had so many people reach out.
And both people,
John, Eric, PHP. It's like, what's that?
Both people on Mastodon saw it.
Yeah. Now there was a good back and forth about it on Mastodon.
Mastodon's got a strong PHP group. I will say that for sure.
I mean, for sure. But even though X is a total dumpster fire, formerly Twitter, it's still just got such a giant community. I couldn't get away from it. And I am seeing now people are referring to X as X parentheses formerly Twitter. So the actual name of X now is X formerly Twitter, which I believe.
See, I've seen the Twitter X or Twitter/X is what I see a lot of.
What a stupid move.
Reminds me of Prince.
Hey, yeah, you don't talk bad about Prince, okay? The guy was a god!
Yeah. He got the coolest guitar ever out of it. The one that's just the symbol for his name. It's awesome.
All right. So are we done? Can we wrap it up?
I did a tweet this week. I think John might have seen it. I don't know if you saw it. But I wanted to bring a little magic into my day-to-day life. And so I started going through all of the keywords that are used in PHP.
I saw this.
And renaming them to magical references. Like classes are renamed as spell books.
Mm-hmm.
And methods are cantrips, stuff like that. All magical references. And I want to have a running version of this by Tech. I want to see if I can get people at Tech to code in this magical PHP version I've devised. Can't be that hard, right? There was a talk on how to add new features to the PHP source at Tech. I understood the first 2 minutes.
I think you probably could with probably an extension, right?
Yeah,
is what it would take.
Yeah, just rename all the tokens.
There you go. I like that, A-Woods.
Pronounce the X as a Z in X Twitter. It's Shitter.
Yep.
I don't know. I didn't get nearly enough interaction on Twitter as I thought I was going to get for that idea. Magic programming.
I thought it was funny.
One of the things I've been doing a lot this week is working on my server behind me here. You can see all the blinky lights and stuff. And,
what have you added to it this week?
So I've done a lot with reverse proxy, so I can tunnel in to my shared services from anywhere I need to. Dropped in a VPN service, a WireGuard-based VPN service. Threw on some containers for logging and tracking, and got all of my media officially moved over. So I'm off my old desktop media server completely now, which is nice because I've got the Jellyfin, which is a sort of open source version of Plex, and I can share that out to my family, and they can watch all my movies and TV shows whenever they want.
Sounds perfectly legal.
It is. They're all TV shows and movies that I've personally made, so it's all above board. You don't know this, but my day-to-day hobby is filming everything.
With the hundreds of cameras you have around your house?
Yes. Which I need to box back up and sell to some other sucker.
Have you made any progress on that? You were going to switch from the cheaper cameras to
No, I haven't.
more higher end?
It's like these cameras are like $30-$40 a piece, and to really get what I want out of it, I'm gonna have to spend like $120 a piece, which is a pretty significant difference in price. So,
plus wiring, right?
Yeah. I mean, if I want to go the wireless route, it gets even worse. It's like $250 for a good wireless camera. Which I thought I was smart by getting the $30 ones, but no, it turns out you get what you pay for. Who'd have known? I mean, they should make a saying out of that.
That just sounds crazy.
But one of the interesting things I ran into was I was looking up the Zabbix monitoring service, Zabbix, and I just Googled Zabbix, and Google comes up with the main webpage, for Zabbix as the result, but it also has links at the top for videos and images, which is normal. But then it has tutorial, install, GitHub, review, download, Docker, and agent. Like, as options in the little bar above the results set, which I had not seen before. And the fact that I could click on tutorial and jump straight to somebody's video tutorial of how to set up Zabbix was very interesting. I don't know if that was a new thing. Have you guys seen that before?
Nope. Sorry, I'm highly distracted. I'm looking at just some of the sessions, the talks that are being suggested or that are being submitted for tech, and I'm already excited. I hadn't looked at them before.
I gave a little talk in your official Slack channel. One of your employees was asking about image resizing, and I thought, hey, I used to do that by the thousands and thousands back in the day. I think I know I can help out with image resizing. And yeah, it's a pain. I don't know if
I'm just going to remove that image. Oh, it feels like a slow week. What's going on?
I didn't ask you guys.
Gents. I have issues, gents.
What are your issues?
Apparently, Docker on my system has been borked and will not not run correctly. I just noticed that show links weren't coming in, and I'm like, well, what's going on there? And none of my development environments will spin up. So I'm unhappy right now. Very unhappy right now.
I had an interesting Docker issue. One of the things with Portainer, which is a Docker manager, is that it can run images in a privileged mode or unprivileged mode, and it's unprivileged by default. I needed it to be in privileged mode to do some directory sharing stuff, and it turns out that the only way to do that in Portainer is not like a thing you can just toggle. I can add CPUs and RAM to any given container I want, but to toggle that privilege mode, I have to back up the image, back up the container, and then restore it. And as part of the restore process, check the box that says privileged. And it's such an absolutely inconvenient way of having to do something when almost everything else you can do is just like a config that you click on and change the value for.
So what is Portainer giving you that you can't just get from Docker, just from running it CLI? It did a bunch of the port mapping and stuff for you. You showed us last week, didn't it?
Yeah, so it does a lot of port mapping stuff. It also manages your Docker hub and pulls new versions every time you want to update the version that you're running. And it also manages your volumes. So I have an NFS volume for all of my media and all of my files. That NFS volume is shared to the Portainer system, and then Portainer shares it out to the containers that I want it to share it out to. So it acts as a sort of single point of communication for all of my media stuff. That and it has access control.
How is that different than just mounting it on the system and having your storage there, your volumes mapped to it?
I mean, it's not different than what you can do in the command line. It's just that everything is much more easily accessible. I can set ACLs on my shared containers. I can also run as like part of a.
You can, but do you?
I run an ACL for external versus internal access. So and it just, I mean, handles all of the annoying stuff for you. Gives you these nice charts. You can create things called stacks, which are essentially Docker Compose based, where all of the elements of it are put into a single stack, and you can manage that one stack separate from other stacks.
Hi, Caesar. Is intervention a real thing?
It's very nice. I like it. What is intervention?
Intervention for image handling for the win.
Yes. Intervention image handling is very nice. That is what I've used in the past.
All right. Caesar, can you share a link? Because I'm not finding it right off the top. I guess I don't do enough with Docker to need all that. Like I have a handful of Docker images, and I just Docker Compose up in my directory, and I'm done.
Yeah, so one of the big things I've been playing with is domain name-based stuff. Accessing my internal network from outside computers. And things like Nginx proxy make that really easy to do. You can do authenticated versus unauthenticated endpoints. All sorts of fancy stuff. Next thing I'm getting into is 2FA, which is more of a pain in the butt, but I've heard it can work.
Interesting. And I'm adding this now.
Poor Eric just completely.
Eric, you still working on your Docker thing?
I am.
It just ruined his mood completely.
Like
it does, man.
Like what happened?
No.
Like Docker just won't start up.
Yeah, it's screaming Python errors at me. So I don't know.
One of the things that I like about Portainer is that I can schedule it to back up everything every day or so. So backing up all of your containers is a very handy way of dealing with problems you'll run into, like what Eric's running into right now.
Hey, a link just came in. Are you sure it's not running?
It is now.
Where'd that link come from?
The links are coming from inside the building.
Don't go up the stairs.
You know what I'm getting more accustomed to that I'm really enjoying, though?
What is that?
Is PhpStorm.
God damn it, Tom. It wasn't on that screen.
It's
Hello, listener. This is Eric, the host of PHP Ugly, and it's really me, not some AI-generated voice, because I care about you, the listener, and think you deserve a real read of one of our sponsors. And that's what this is. Here at PHP Ugly, we are genuinely excited and happy to have JetBrains PhpStorm as a sponsor. We all use PhpStorm every day, and it makes development easier and fun. PhpStorm is a cutting-edge IDE tailored for PHP and web developers. Whether you're a professional PHP developer or a hobbyist working on personal side projects, there's never been a better time to check it out, or maybe to check it out again with a slick, clean new UI, blazing fast speed enhancements, and a richer toolkit that's transforming the way you code. Code like a professional. Visit JetBrains today at jetbrains.com/PhpStorm and kick off your 30-day free trial to start coding smarter, not harder. Now, back to the show. Thank you, PhpStorm.
Thank you, PhpStorm.
PhpStorm. I said the right thing. Yeah, I've been using it as my daily driver for about a month now. Really like a lot of it. I'm still struggling with Git and PhpStorm.
Why is that?
I don't know. Do
you not get it?
No, I don't.
Honestly, I don't use the Git integration with PhpStorm only because I feel like I always feel like I'm stumbling to get to it, whereas I just pop over to the terminal and use my lazy Git and just boom, boom, boom. But with the exception of we've talked about a million times in the past, conflict resolution, which PhpStorm definitely has handled better than anything else I've ever seen. But
yes.
I've tried getting on board with the Git thing, and specifically with GitHub through PhpStorm, where I could use it to look at pull requests and manage pull requests and discussions and things. And I do it for like a day, and then again, it just feels clunky after that. It's like it's like starting to push the boundaries of what I want my editor to do, which is like, okay, you're trying to do too much here. Let's reel it back a little bit. Just reel it back a little bit.
Nah.
Like if there was a GitHub standalone app.
There is.
That handled all of that stuff.
Oh.
Pretty
Nice.
sure there is. Is there not?
See, I like it within the IDE because I can see the diff right there very easily. I can pick and choose what I want to commit when I'm committing. I can stash, or in PhpStorm talk, shell, which is just like stashing. I use that all the time.
Yeah.
And with the client I work on, they've since recently switched to Jira. I mean, this year.
Why do people switch to Jira? I don't understand it. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
I had the same feeling, but it's come a long way, first of all, and it has been a good change. And then within PhpStorm, I can open a task which will show me all of my tasks in Jira. I can choose one. It'll create a new change list for me. It'll create a new branch for me. I can start coding, and then I can use the Git features within PhpStorm to commit and push back. I use the pull request plugin, like you said, to review code. From there I can easily check it out and quickly jump around files.
Yeah, but then the next step is going all Atlassian for your stuff, so you end up on Bitbucket, and it's all just a downhill slide from there.
Yep.
It's not
Bitbucket. Is it Bitbucket? Oh yeah, you're right. It is Bitbucket. Yeah.
But so it started. They brought in consultants around, trying to improve team dynamics and stuff, like how things were being done, and trying to be more agile. And the big thing there is, documentation and having a good wiki, and they were pushing Confluence pretty heavily.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of, like you said, snowballed from there. You start using Confluence, which is going to lead to using Jira.
Sucks too.
Again, it's been working.
What sucks, Tom? I missed it.
Confluence, yeah.
Confluence. Oh, okay.
It's a wiki, but it's like,
I'm not sure I've ever used it.
Every time I've had to use it, I've said, "Hey, who's the manager for this thing?" Because they need to clean it up and flush out and folderize, and things need to link into other things. And like, if you had somebody who was the Confluence person, that was their day to day, it would be such a great thing to have. But nobody has that. So it's just a dumping ground for free thought.
Mm-hmm. Which most wikis end up being
every wiki is.
Right.
But it's more about having a single place, because I'm still in this weird limbo with that client, with our stuff. It's like there's just, you try something for a while and it's like just doesn't feel right. So you try something else, and then all of a sudden you have like 3-4 different spots where you're like, where is this file? Where is this idea? Where is stuff? And it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's thought platforms. All of the thought collection platforms I absolutely hate, like Figma, which is
that's another one that's being used.
Yeah. Everyone swears by it when they're a designer, but
yeah.
When I try to read some of these things, I'm like, what are you trying to say? I have no idea.
Yeah.
If you hit Control Q W and then hover over it, the element will tell you the note I put on it. Oh, that's helpful.
I mean, Figma has like their own conference, and I know a designer that went there, and like they've gotten so much better at Figma. They were already good, and then to see all the stuff they learned and what can be done, it's crazy.
Yeah, and so here's the thing.
But that's always the thing about these tools, right? it's like once you buy into it and you start beating the drum, you feel like it can fix everything, and you don't realize that the person making these statements has now 100% devoted their time to that and don't have real jobs. So they're basically project managers who have nothing to do.
Well, okay,
but fuck off.
Going back to PhpStorm real quick, in Discord earlier this week, somebody pointed out Key Promoter X as a plugin. Have either of you installed it and tried it?
I don't know what those words put together mean at all.
Okay, so there's a
Key Promoter.
Key Promoter. There is a plugin for PhpStorm where PhpStorm's whole thing is almost like Vim, where you shouldn't be using your mouse. Everything is shortcuts, and it's so customizable where you can basically put a key map to anything that doesn't already have one, or you can change it around to better fit your workflow.
Oh, that's cute.
And then Key Promoter X, when you use your mouse, will tell you, hey, did you know instead of using your mouse, you can use this key combination, to try and get you in the habit of doing that, because it'll just make you more productive.
Well, I'm installing that right now.
Are you really?
I just saw the little demo of it on their website, and it's actually quite cool.
Okay. I mean, sure.
Why are you saying that, Eric? I'm confused.
I don't understand where this would live in my world. It's Everything that I want to do with keys, I do with keys currently.
Right.
So this is great. If you're not a Vim person, maybe this helps you out a lot. Because that's always the thing. Like, I'm always surprised to find out.
I don't get it. This is a plugin for simpletons? Is that who it's for? Is it for people who can't figure out how to use keyboards?
I did not say that, Tom. Don't put words in my mouth. But
it's more of if you don't know the key combination for something you're doing, so you reach for the mouse and you do something. It's just a little helpful thing,
right?
So that the next time you don't do it.
And that's the thing.
You know, for
I had a conversation with Jacob Bennett, who is a big PhpStorm user, but native PhpStorm user, so he knows all the key combinations and stuff. And it was very much a well, if I want to do this, I just do this. And I would explain how I did it in Vim, which I will say does have the benefit of not only translating to Vim, but other solutions that have Vim plugins. You can usually carry your mappings over. But that's let me stay on track here. So he would tell me, and it's like, okay, I didn't even know that was a thing. Now I will say I don't use those key bindings, and it does seem like a lot of finger acrobatics to do them. Like, oh yeah, Shift Alt, F1 P. Is how it feels like it's being explained to me. It feels like it's like 2 or 3 key combinations, which is always kind of weird to me. But yeah, I mean, it's great if you don't want to learn Vim. Yeah, that's the way to do it. And that's the thing, is like if you don't want to learn Vim, you don't have to learn Vim if you're using Storm, because there's always a way to do the key with your keyboard. That's the thing I like to bang my drum about. It's like I don't think people understand how much time they lose reaching for their mouse and then grabbing your mouse and hovering around. It's like, if you can not grab your mouse, I don't care if you're using Vim or your IDE's key bindings, you would be so surprised with how much your productivity increases over time. It's weird. I just like reaching for my mouse sometimes. It just feels so awkward. It's like, why am I reaching for my mouse right now? So weird. That's me though. I'm a weird dude.
Yes.
Well, you grew up with just a green screen terminal, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Too.
And 4 keys.
Actually, mine was orange. It was IBM Orange, which I think was before the green screens. Anyways, Risky Banana in Discord says, "Hey, here's our Figma link. Can you convert this design into HTML and CSS, please?" Which drives me nuts, because they have spent all this time designing something in a tool that could do it in CSS and HTML. Like, if they, instead of learning Figma, they had just done it in CSS and HTML and then said, yeah, add the functionality to it, they'd be front-end developers. You wouldn't need the designers anymore to just have front-end developers do all this stuff. But they spend so much time drawing down to the pixel exactly what they want, and then they say, now translate this 10 pixel over here so it's 10 pixels. Like, I hate you. You just did it. Why do I have to do it? You just did it.
That's why I like doing APIs.
Yeah, no kidding. I find myself every day just wishing I only touched APIs. But all the stuff. Now, we talked last week about htmx. And I feel like since we brought it up, it's just started exploding. We're tastemakers.
Yeah,
here.
that's why. Yeah, for sure.
I've been watching a lot of stuff about it, a lot of Primogen stuff about htmx, and
oh, I saw that. Yeah,
I love the idea of just having no state, no logic on the front end, just call the API, get the results. I love that so much. But I mean, the very idea of proposing another JavaScript front end framework for us to be using, it's like that. I can't do that. This greenfield only.
Yeah.
Bringing it up with people that have already written a lot of the JavaScript on a application, they're not gonna like the idea. It's nice. It is a nice alternative if you don't have JavaScript people or someone dedicated to the front end, and it just, like you said, it's just hitting APIs and makes things a lot easier. It's great, but front end people don't seem to like it because it's limited.
Or if you have a small team, right? Yeah. I mean, small teams are good. It's just I have the same concerns with htmx, which I don't know enough about htmx to, I guess, speak to, because I guess this has been around for longer than I realized.
Yeah.
But I had the same issue with the idea of moving to it, which I am thinking about trying it out, that I did with Livewire, which is, this is great today, but can I bank my client that this is going to be available and functional for us 10 years from now? I just don't know if I could.
You can't say that about anything in reality.
Well,
especially JavaScript, because you're reliant on the browser itself, and sometimes you have to keep up with the browsers more than anything else. PHP will continue to run for years on your server, right?
Decades.
Yeah.
There are still 4.0 installations out there.
Right. So you're not going to be able to do that with JavaScript, unfortunately. No, not very easily.
The thing about htmx is it is a paradigm shift from stuff like React. It's a different way of thinking about doing JavaScript, which is don't
think about it, basically, right? I mean, that's what htmx is. It's like, hey, don't think about this.
Right.
Just call this component and move on with your life.
Yeah. And I don't know how far that is going to move forward with front-end devs. I don't think they'll like it.
Well, of course they won't like it. That's not how they make their living. Of course they're not going to like it. It's for people like us that don't like doing the front end. And then we're like, why are you guys making this so hard?
Yeah, I've seen some examples of JavaScript recently where it's just like, you're calling an API and then doing this massive amount of logic on the results. Why? Like, why are you doing all of this logic when I'm returning what you asked for? Ask for something smarter.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of smarter, our patrons on Patreon. They're the smartest of the bunch. They know where the goods come from.
What is going on, Restream? Wait, share your screen. Wait, what? I don't want to share anything. Stop.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Every time I click a button now in Restream, it's like, hey, we have this new feature for you.
You realize we're live right now. Leave us alone.
Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. We need down here so everybody can...
There you go.
His name. There we go. So, happy September, supporters on Patreon. We do appreciate you.
Beautiful background picture. I wish the trees around here were turning orange like that.
I didn't realize how deserty Colorado was.
Good call, sir.
So, I was shocked when I flew in for the first time, because if you don't know the story, I rented a house blind from California, and my wife and my dad drove all of the moving truck stuff out to Colorado, and I came out a couple days later. I fly in, we break through the clouds, and it's just brown, dead grass and bushes. It is ugly and unimpressive. Totally looks like a desert. And my heart just sinks. I'm like, oh my god, it's hideous here.
Is it only spots that are like that, or?
Oh, basically anything seasonal. If it's not covered in snow during winter and you can see it, it's dead brown. It's just nothing.
So awesome.
Lawns,
I have a
like that.
friend that was doing some posts of photos, and I'm like, wait, is it that deserty there? I didn't. When does the grass start in this country? God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, no, winter kills any living thing off pretty fast around here. So, I was flying in January, and my first look was not impressive. But now, I sit on my porch and I get to watch the sunset over the mountains, and it is gorgeous. As I love it here.
Mm-hmm. And for the record, everybody, if you haven't been to California, California is deserty. I mean, it's desert, really. They make it seem like it's like this beautiful place to live, and it is. Gorgeous beaches. But like, you think 5 miles in from the beach, it's just desert at that point. Just so you know. So it's not a...
It was a big deal when In-N-Out started to build franchises here in Colorado Springs. And one of In-N-Out's big signature things is the crossed palm trees in front of the restaurant.
Right. Which are not native to California, for people who don't know that.
They do fine in California. But they built this during the summer here last year, maybe 2 years ago. And they put in the palm trees, and everybody just went, "What are you thinking? Those are expensive trees. They'll be dead as soon as winter hits." And it turns out they said, "No, it's not gonna die. We actually have heating underneath the trees for winter."
What?
And we thought, well, that's stupid. You paid for heating under the trees, and they're gonna die anyways. So first winter hits, and yeah, the trees just get ripped out and thrown away. They're completely dead. Turns out you can't have palm trees here in the blizzard.
Who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no clue palm trees were a thing for In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Today I learned.
The founder of In-N-Out was a big fan of It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. And the whole plot to that is they're trying to find treasure, which is buried under an X. And the X in the end of the movie is 2 crossed palm trees. And that's why In-N-Out has crossed palm trees in front of them. Because In-N-Out was the real treasure.
I don't know if I've noticed the palm trees in the drive-thru. I don't know if I've ever noticed X palm trees in front of every In-N-Out.
I do not call myself a Californian. I transplanted here.
If you call yourself a Californian while you're in Colorado, you'll get shot. They hate Californians so much.
Most people do.
They love Texans, though.
Yeah, it's not really seeing a lot for you guys, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sarah says it's all over the cups. The cups are all cross palm trees.
But I don't go to In-N-Out, so I wouldn't see that.
They got great fries.
the you know all the cups have like little Bible verses on the bottom.
Yep.
I just learned that. Not too. I've known it for a little while. I guess all the plates and stuff do. Like not the plates, the thing they serve the fries in. I guess that does as well.
Sorry, your wife's getting muted.
You're putting my current wife in timeout?
Oh, yeah.
I can't protect you any longer if you do that, Tom.
It's worst fries? Absolutely not. Best fries. So good. Had it tonight, in fact.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'm gonna have to side with the wife because I like sex a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do it for me.
That's true.
Yeah. So there's that. I was going to tell you guys something.
When says Five Guys is better, you just have to flex your money in front of all of us, Ben. You drive your Lamborghini to Five Guys.
He's got that release manager money.
Oh, that's true.
You know, he's doing the Five Guys shuffle. Every
time I get an unexpectedly high bill at a restaurant, I say to my wife now, at least it's cheaper than Five Guys.
Oh man, everything's getting so expensive.
Yeah, it's
It's
almost like there's some
expensive.
kind of income inequality in America.
Yeah. I was gonna. What the hell was I gonna tell you? Oh, that's what. Oh, wow. We got way off that topic. Never mind. Never mind. I was gonna talk. Tom said something about when flying to Southern California, as he calls it. I was gonna mention like my poor Toast the dog has an injury, and the vet wasn't sure if she had torn her muscle or if she had a sprain. Had she torn her muscle, it was going to take expensive surgeries to fix. If it was just a sprain, we should start seeing results after a few days. Well, fortunately, it's been a few days. We're seeing she's starting to move around better. So we're pretty confident it was a sprain. But the weird thing about it, and where I was going with this, is I don't think I've left the house the entire week. Like, I think the wife might have sent me on a Target run one day, but I don't know how much gas is in my truck because I haven't been in my truck for the entire week. Because the only time we leave the house here anymore is take the damn dog to play with the damn dog friends at the damn dog park. That is what it is. There's a whole area here called damn California. So, but it's crazy, man. And after my experience with the last office manager, Yaz, the maniac dog, man, seeing that dog post lip around the house just brought back this flood of emotion. And I was so happy to hear that the current wife was having the same feelings I was having because it was tearing me up. I'm like, I can't do this again. I can't do this again. And I'm overly sensitive about it. I know that. I'm a sensitive guy, believe it or not. But man, I, I've been watching her like a hawk. Like, okay, you need to start walking now. You're feeling better, right? I think today she definitely looked like she was feeling better.
That's good.
I have to leave the house in one of the months.
Yeah, meanwhile, I have this issue with my puppy. This used to be a video game case.
Is this the new puppy?
Yeah, particularly this was my friend's video game that I borrowed from him. So,
That got a little expensive. What game was it?
Luigi's Mansion 3. Most of Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker. And then started on my $120 controller, but fortunately, it was grabbed out of his mouth before he could get all the way to it.
Yeah, we've had a couple of incidents.
He's so cute. He's just got this little snake tongue, just always licking the air. I don't know why.
My pug does that.
I didn't know you had a pug.
It's a pug. I forget he had a pug too. I forgot he had a pug as well. And your other dog is always smaller than I think it. Like in my head, I always figure your other dog is bigger, but it's not really that big, right? It's a small
30 pounds.
30 pounds.
That's pretty small.
Yeah.
We got the genetic test for our dog, our new dog, and it said he's going to be 120 pounds.
120?
I don't know what to do with that.
Toast came in at 85, and she is a solid 85. Like, this dog is so muscular. I don't know where she gets it from, but she is a muscular dog, and she's not very big. You guys have seen her. We've had her on camera. She's a fairly small dog, but man, she is strong. All right, we're talking about dogs. We need to wrap it up.
We went from burgers to dogs.
Five Guys hot dogs are good too, by the way. It's a little side note there. We're talking about Five Guys. They have good hot dogs.
For only $8.
$12.50, but hey, who's counting? right, that's going to be it. Episode 351 in the can. I'm Eric.
I'm John.
I'm Tom.
Keep it ugly.
Keep it ugly.
1, 2, 1, 2. Coming off the top, y'all know how we do. Listen, I'ma drop a freestyle you can cherish. I'ma send a shout out to the host named Eric. Yo, he's never on some average shit. You know Eric, he stays loud and passionate. I'm about to break it down for y'all with the clever song. Yo, shout the host named Thomas, cause he's never wrong. Yo, shout to John, you know that he's smart and quiet, unlike my freestyles, which cause a riot. I'm about to do it like this, cause the people love me. Shouts out to PHP, the ugly. It's called ugly cause it's not professional, but I'm about to come through and bless it with style. So let's do it when I'm spitting, I perfume the room. Yo, the segment of the show is called Doom and Gloom. That came from Thomas. Yeah, can nobody go beyond this? I get the mic and then I'm about to keep it like a promise. Yeah, and y'all know we fill them up with anguish. We talking about the PHP, the programming language. About to break it down, no exaggeration. What do y'all do for a living? Web applications. Okay, I can dig it. My words spray tight. They getting together on the Thursday nights. Yeah, when it comes to rhyming, you can call me the new dude. I spew true lyrics while y'all broadcast on YouTube. So let's get it. You know my lyrics are major. All up in the comments, they got plenty of haters, but they doing what they doing. Keep it ugly. We ending every show with the saying it's lovely. Let's go. Hey, shout out to y'all. Peace to the whole squad, man. Hope your channel is doing real well on YouTube. Hope you guys are having fun. And it was an honor and blessing to do this little custom freestyle for y'all. Hope you enjoy. Stay up. Yeah. Come on. Hey.
We really are lucky to have gotten that recording.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Oh, yeah, we are. He's going to pay us to stop playing it. I feel it. I feel that happening.
He's going to pay a lawyer to make us stop playing it.
That won't work very well. My bank account says money was taken out of it. Specifically for that.
We don't have any money because we forget to bill people.
I billed them. I forgot to make sure they paid it. Quite a bit different there, mister.
Very different. Yes, very different.
That was part of my cleanup, spending Monday. Because we get, when we release the magazine, each one of those is an individual transaction in the bank account, an individual invoice. So and there's a second entry for the Stripe fees or PayPal fees. So it's just a nightmare to go through. And I've got it dialed in quite a bit, but early on, my reconciliation wasn't really spot on. So while we got the money, I didn't really match it up to a proper invoice. I'm like, $4.99, we're good. And yeah. Actually, originally it wasn't I wasn't matching up transactions to invoices at all. It was just like, all right, I'm just going to create a new entry in the accounting system, $4.99 sales, 70 cents or whatever for Stripe fees. So in the transition to actually having invoices, there were plenty of times where I just created new entries. So now I have unpaid invoices that are just stuck in there. Long story short, it just got lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Don't judge.
I could never handle that. I'm not judging at all. I would.
Oh, I tell you what, it's why I keep John around.
Yeah, I'd lose. I don't think curl up in the fetal position.
It just aggravates me, to be honest with you. I don't know how he puts up with it. All right. Okay, titles. Tell me what you guys think. Well, first thing, were any that came in that caught y'all's eye?
Eric breaks down.
Whoa, that's a little bright.
Eric breaks down. Oh, yeah.
That's very bright.
You talking about, John?
Hmm?
Yes, that's very bright, John.
I got a new light. I just didn't have time to set it up.
Pitching a tent and burning men.
I think it's.
What's that?
I was gonna say I think it was supposed to be at Burning Man, but I don't know what they meant. I think that was Champ.
Tent. Oh, that's Champ. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably supposed to be at Burning Man. Burning Man, not Burning Men. Don't rain on my parade. Awood stepped away. Awood said that he was not going to submit titles this week.
I saw that.
Yeah. So, good night, Awoods. Yeah, Awood's going to bed. Awoods, you should be the one that actually picks the title, since you didn't submit.
Well, he's gone now, so.
Is he? Is he though? I'm not sure he is. Don't rain on my parade. Get everything in writing. AI generated Eric. Plugins for simpletons.
Hate that so much.
Finger acrobatics. Your mother never taught you. Why is your mom teaching you finger acrobatics? I don't know. We learn proper. Tom, you're in timeout.
What?
Tom's in timeout.
We learn proper.
Proper fingering. We learn proper fingering. Mouse tails. 22nd century PHP. Eric Big Down. Attack of the Restream. Trees die in winter. Who knew? I don't know. I think I'm going to go with pitching a tent and have pitching DPHP. Just pitching a tent. And it could be the three of us sleeping in a tent. There you go. Do I have a?
Are we sleeping in a tent while pitching a tent?
Well, it's totally up to the thumbnail generator if we have one. Do I have a thumbnail assistant this week? Anyways, that's it. It's going to be PHP pitching a tent. Because it always has to be PHP. I like to annoy people. Really? SoCal? They were there earlier, weren't they? Didn't I see NorCal earlier? It's been SoCal this entire time.
As a year.
No, NorCal was in there. NorCal was in there at 10 o'clock, 10:08.
At 10:21, what are you talking about? Are you not paying attention right this second?
Well, I scrolled up.
Oh, well, don't do that.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So pitching a tent with pitching being a PHP word there. If you're doing it. All right. Let's get some music playing.
Got myself a new iPhone today. Well, yesterday.
You just bought an iPhone.
Warranty replacement.
What the hell? What did you break?
I didn't. One of our first employees that isn't an employee anymore decided to break it.
What?
Spencer.
No, I know who you're talking about. I'm trying to figure out how you're spending time with them. I didn't approve that.
I submitted it in writing. You didn't not approve it, so I thought it was okay. Now, I think my phone fell out of my pocket into a chair, and then he just manhandled the chair to move it, and back was.
Are you on that? Are you on that Apple plan where you get the new iPhone every time it's released?
Oh, no.
It's just called being an Apple user.
Nope.
Send me the faces. You have a whole library of faces. What are you talking about?
A literal excessive library of faces.
I don't know if I have any more faces than what's in that. older.
SoCal doesn't have it, do they?
Yeah, I shared it with them.
Oh.
I'm your father. Don't speak to me that way.
SoCal kid's been drinking. Calling me an idiot.
It just turns into the Johnson family argue hour now. Sarah's trying to type something, and all my family's just yelling at each other.
I'm really strongly looking at the Pixel Fold.
I totally agree with you, Sarah. The last,
not like it used to be, like constant innovation.
I mean, I do have. I don't know what pixel there. What pixel you're looking at, Tom?
Pixel Fold.
A fold really interests you?
Oh yeah. The new tech behind it is actually starting to really work out well. Having the front screen, the unfolded or the folded screen, is really nice, and then they've figured out a lot of the issues with the hinge getting dirt in it and stuff like that. And
nope.
I mean, I don't break phones. My phones are always in perfectly good condition, so I don't have that fear of like breaking it.
I'm not worried about breaking it. I just don't see the need for it. Oh, so they're only on the Pixel 7. So I have a Pixel 6. My phone isn't that old.
I think this is a Pixel 6. Something.
I'm happy with my Pixel 6.
I don't know. It just says G on the back.
Oh, you have a Pixel G?
Yeah. Limited edition.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of desire for a Pixel Fold or any Fold for that matter, Samsung or any of them. It's not a quality of Fold. I just don't have a big desire for that. Main thing, I want to start going smaller again. Like I started getting the big phones because nobody had them, and now I'm like, I think I'm starting to want to go smaller because first thing, like I said, I don't leave the house, so I don't really even need a cell phone. I drive the current wife crazy because my face isn't attached to my phone constantly, and I don't always get messages. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that drives my wife crazy too.
Yeah.
What? Not getting messages?
No, not. You get the message. I'm not always looking at my phone. Matter of fact, I rarely look at my phone. Like, if I'm here with the current wife, I'm almost never looking at my phone. And because, like, current wife is here now.
Who else would?
When they're not, huh?
Who else would text me?
Right, exactly. Just yell at me in real life. IRL. Why not?
Sarah says, that's why we're not doing roundtable. You're not answering my messages.
I'm sure you don't have my phone number.
You've had a week and you still haven't rounded up roundtable?
Dude, you don't want to go there with me. Really?
What have you even been doing?
I need to do something with roundtable. I thought about just making it a live stream of me coding because I don't seem to be able to get anything else done. But
Buttery's got a point. You'll never make release manager if you don't check your messages.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe I did get elected and I didn't check my message.
No, I checked. You were less popular.
Yeah.
I have a huge idea and sent one message about tech.
Sorry to hear that about your drone.
Sarah,
what kind of drone?
Sarah hurt my feelings, man. I did follow up with Sarah on my big idea, and she just basically called me an idiot, which I'm like, I know that, but what do you think about the idea?
There's been a lot of that this episode.
Yeah, I did follow up with her, but she hurt my feelings by not thinking it was a fantastic idea and why we hadn't done it sooner.
Well, see, I was talking about my fantastic idea of a magic-based programming language but both of you were staring off at other monitors and completely non-responsive.
See, you weren't the idiot. Your idea was idiotic.
There's a difference. There's a fine line there. We're still ignoring Tom trying to get attention on his idea. Let's talk about his stupid idea.
I think it's. I like it. I think it's funny.
Yeah, you saw there were more examples. There were lots of great stuff.
It got better. I mean, it got more.
What? Short functions were called cantrips. That's what I.
That was keep going through the list.
Variables were called runes.
Except that means nothing. The only thing you really have when you're actually coding would be your classes,
show notes,
your functions.
Yeah, show notes.
I thought it would get
Sarah came around.
What's up?
Sarah came around. Your idea was great.
She just needs to borrow money. I know that. I know that pattern.
Well, she's hitting up the wrong 3 people.
She needs to hit up some of our Patreon.
Sorry, you still need to submit though.
What do I want to do here? I gotta do show notes is what I'm doing. Guys, come on. Stay focused here, will you? Alright.
Our sessions weren't taken over by bots yet. You remember all those submissions we had last year? And I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll happen eventually. That's like the whole, yeah. It's the bot thing is definitely irritating.
Aren't you guys doing OpenCFP?
No, we're using Sessionize. We're just OpenCFP is cool and all. It's just there's parts of Sessionize that I really like, including the being able to embed within the site very easily without having to do a whole lot of coding.
No more titles, man. Oh, we didn't really talk about PHP Tech that much, but it's just gotta be on there. PHP Tech.
Your wife's complaining.
What's that?
Music's too loud. Your wife is complaining.
Is it too loud for you guys?
Yes.
It's pretty loud, but
I can barely. It is literally at 2%. Can you guys hear that?
No.
Okay, that's 0%. This is 1%. Wait, that's 2%. I'm trying to get it to 1% here. This is where I'm at with my life. Nope, that's 1%. That's 0%. I just there's just no such thing as 1%.
Boy, I'm not getting out of this. I'm not getting out of this Discord alive this week.
I don't understand why you guys hear it so loud. All right, I gotta turn that off. I can't make it any quieter. John, we need to figure out how to do that in our little tool here. There has to be a way, right?
No. That QJack control only does mapping. It doesn't do anything with sound.
I can't lower that sound.
What app are you using where it's showing you 2%, but it's still coming through that loud?
The browser. I wonder if I turn down my system volume, which I mean doesn't really help me trying to hear you guys. But here, I'm just for an experiment. Tell me how. First thing, talk for a second.
Okay.
What?
We don't talk very well on command. I'm not a very good command talker.
I was just like, I see you talking at least.
I don't know what to
How
say.
about you point? How about you point when you want us to talk?
So tell me when it gets loud.
Can't hear it.
Tell me when you turn
Can't
it
hear
on.
it?
Can't hear it.
Okay. All right. Interesting. All right.
Nothing.
You can't hear that?
No.
Nope.
What have you done?
That?
Nothing.
That? Did I break the mapping? Yes, I did. That doesn't help at all. That really does not help. Jesus Christ. Let me get it back to 2%. There we go. Okay, there's 2%. Let me get the mapping fixed. All right. All right, are you hearing it?
Yes.
Is it loud?
It's all right now.
Did it go up any?
No.
Now?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it must be tied to my system volume.
I'll turn your system volume down, like way down.
Oh, well, let me get the music going again. All right, so this should be
That's
really loud
loud.
to get.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to turn my system volume down. Loud?
No.
No.
You can't hear it?
No.
Can you hear it now?
No.
Tell me when you can hear it.
Yeah.
Loud.
I
Right
think it
there?
changed songs.
Yeah. I mean, that's my system volume being like, it's so low, my deaf ass can't hear you guys.
All right, check out what I sent you guys.
All right.
It's one of the cool
Nope,
things.
it says do not trust the site.
Oh, it doesn't have a cert?
Jesus Christ, what is this?
Deceptive site.
Deceptive site ahead.
Yep.
Hold on.
Oh, I've never even seen that message, Tom. How bad are you?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Hold on.
I gotta get show notes going. You guys are bugging me. htmx. I already have htmx.
Did you spell the domain right?
I think so. I just got a new security cert for it.
Magic. I'm gonna
Try again.
You
Should have a cert now.
Deceptive site ahead. Dangerous.
I'm checking it right now, and it's not saying that.
Attackers on this site may trick you into doing something dangerous, like installing software or revealing your personal information.
Go there anyways. It's the right link. I checked it. I don't know why you're getting that message.
Google Safe Browsing recently detected phishing on this domain.
Not recently. I just bought it. Or
Why
Why is it
rebought
asking me for a credit card, Tom?
Yeah, fill it out. That's how you set your password.
All right, it's asking for a login.
Yeah, I sent the
He gave
login.
you that.
Oh, did you?
You sent the login, yeah.
Well, maybe you're being deceptive.
I feel like I'm going to
No,
be
you're
doing
not.
prison time for looking at this stuff, Tom.
Isn't that cool?
All right, I'm going to give this out to everyone and just...
Well, I'm
Completely
killing it as
drain
soon
your-
as we're done.
Well, why? What if I wanted that? Wanted access?
What else did we talk about today? Oh, PhpStorm. Oh, Eric Johnson.
What did you do?
It's one of those rare occasions where them hurt me, not helped me. It's fine. I can fix it. D2 here. Why do you do this to me? Okay. Change to there. All right. What PhpStorm keyboard shortcuts. That's fine. That'll work.
Had a nice 23-minute flight yesterday at Little Black. That was fun.
Did you land in a pool?
No.
I've got a nice 5-hour flight coming up.
All right. I've done everything I think I can do.
Man, this trip is going to kill me.
Why?
You've
You've done this trip before.
Yeah, it's just I haven't been having anxiety attacks like this before. This is totally unusual, and I've been taking a lot of Xanax lately, and it's just driving me nuts.
I'm not laughing at you, John. I'm laughing at
That seems very rude, John. Oh no, you're right. It's funny.
Sorry, laughing at Sarah's. You're good to go.
Is this another one of your little company things? Tom?
What? Yes, yeah, it is. It's the 10-year anniversary. And I still don't know if what I heard is off the record or not.
Hey, we're still streaming, just so you know.
I know.
We had more submissions to tech while we were recording.
Cool. Feeling good, man. Feeling good. I'm so excited about tech next year. I was excited about tech this year, but I feel like we're going to do a better job this coming year.
Can't do a worse job.
2024. I know. I was like, I want to send out an email just like, hey, give us another chance.
Have John send the email. I hear he's great at those. This is your invitation to database connection failure with all the passwords visible.
Hey, Sarah. And Ben, I think I asked you. Matter of fact, I did ask you, Ben, and as usual, you turned it in a timely manner. You want to give me a testimonial for the conference this year, 2023? Tom, you can do it as well. I'm going to add it to our prospectus and the website. We've got a little array of testimonials going. Dad, make a sad face. Oh, here you go. Wait, headphones off? It's hard for me to be sad. Give me a minute. John's equal partners. John's equal.
Well, the microphone is right in your face for that one, so it doesn't work.
Wait, I can do better.
Your current wife's pregnant.
You still have the microphone in front of your face. Still have the microphone in front. He can't hear us.
No, he can't.
What? I'm talking. Oh, Mike. Oh. Good call. John, take a screenshot in case they're not watching this.
I think they are.
Yeah. There, that's all I got.
No, do it again.
Oh, do it again. There you go. Like professionals. Sugar girl. That's why I keep her around. Damn, that looks more scared than sad. You're gonna have to work with that, I'm afraid. Yeah. Yeah, how about that? Is that better? Oh, friend of SoCal, you think you're gonna slide in here and start talking shit? Okay, all right.
Friend of SoCal's been here for a while.
No, but not talking crap.
Talking smack. Yeah. You want to be? We'll welcome you. We'll welcome you. That's a good one. I know it was funny.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Dodge, duck, and dive, right?
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. This is the 5 Ds of dodgeball. Come on.
I never get to catch the outro when it's on. Have you heard about it?
What's that?
When ESPN does the Ocho Day.
Ocho Day?
Yeah. Like from Dodgeball.
Okay, for the record, friend of SoCal girl, SoCal kid said, listen, let's just keep it friends for now. Wait, should I not have said that? I got yelled at by. So if you don't have just, I don't know how to. I don't know
what are you trying to say?
This relationship SoCal kid is in with friend SoCal. What are we calling them? Friends of SoCal or SoCal friend? Anyways, we were not introduced for what I felt like an extended amount of time because they wanted to take it slow and make sure that they didn't want to like over stimulate their new friend with this.
Understandable.
So I've been trying to respect that, and when I mentioned the relationship on the show and I said new friend, all of a sudden it's like, why are you just calling her a friend? I'm like, Jesus Christ! I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Well, whoever this friend is likes K-pop, so you don't have to worry about it.
She's actually a big baseball fan as well, so she's all right with me. She had me at baseball. Matter of fact, there's a real possibility that if they break up, her and I might still go to games. just won't tell SoCal kids.
She's really got you by the ball.
Oh, see, now I'm in trouble again. Wait, what is happening? Are we mad at me? I don't know anymore.
You guys didn't mention my sticker bombed panel here on the server.
Yeah. But, you got more stickers back there?
Yeah, look closer at it.
I see a PHP one there. Not really making out any ugly stickers. Is there an ugly one back there?
Yeah, there's a couple. Round table.
That's not ugly, but okay. Appreciate that.
That's a PHP ugly one.
That is?
That's the
okay.
That's a PHP ugly one.
Gotcha.
This is the PHP podcast.
What's with the old PHP architect sticker? Don't you have a new one?
Yeah. I have this one right here.
That's the old one. That doesn't have an elephant, right?
No. What's the new one? I haven't seen the new one. I don't have any of the new ones.
We were giving them out at Tech, weren't you at Tech?
Yeah. It's Oh yeah. I got. Yeah, I got this one.
Yeah, it's just a white. Yeah, that's no. That's not it. That's the tattoo.
Yeah, I don't have any of the other ones.
Really? Weird. For anybody who might be interested, and I am confirming this right now because current wife had me questioning my sanity a little bit, but I'm looking to confirm. Yes, it is confirmed. Okay, so Sarah, you may care to know this. PHP Tech 2024. The Cubs are in town. Now they are playing the Astros, but it's still baseball.
Oh man, you know what I really want to see is the Savannah Bananas.
No.
I've talked to Eric about this before. He's not a fan.
Really?
I was a fan, and they got too popular too quick. Now it's just like this Harlem Globetrotter. Hey, look how goofy I can be, and it's
that's
just
the
like,
appeal.
Huh?
That's the appeal.
The appeal was it was fun. It was they were having fun. It's too gimmicky now. It's like this, they all have their little skits they do and the little dancing on the field. It's a little much now. It's too many people wanting to see them. It's like they're like popular. Who cares? It's not like a Harry Mack popular either. But yeah, their creation is very, very interesting. If you ever read the history on why they are even a thing, which is where like this guy basically bought this old minor league stadium that they were going to demo and they couldn't figure out what to do with. So he's like, hey, this is a great stadium. Hate to see that. So he bought it and they created the Savannah Bananas and created their own baseball rules, and the rest is history.
Yeah, I was talking with my buddy about the minor league team we have in town, and I didn't realize that when they changed the name, it was because they had been dropped off the A list. So they're not even like a minor league team.
Are they independent or something?
Yeah. It's
I mean, that's not necessarily bad. It just means that they don't have a Major League Baseball affiliation is all.
Rocky Mountain Vibes.
We saw the Nashville Sound when we were in Nashville. Great stadium.
Pioneer Baseball League.
Apparently we kept getting put on the big screen. The current wife and I kept getting shown on the big screen, and I kept missing it. I don't think I saw it once.
I have to go let my dog out.
Nashville Sound. If you're ever in Nashville, check out the coolest scoreboard ever. It's in the shape of a guitar, but it's not just like they put a guitar shape over a square board. The guitar is the board, and then like each one of the dials on the end of the guitar is a separate little display, and it's very well done. I enjoyed myself very much. I only went to, I think, 2 or 3 Storm games this year. I wonder if the Storm are done.
Oh, good question.
Yeah, like also are.
Here's hoping he doesn't get sprayed by a skunk again.
You know what? I didn't go to a single Padres game this year.
Are they
Wait,
done?
no. No, that's correct. I didn't go to a single Padres game.
I thought you went with John and the former employee.
Not this year. Oh, they're still playing. How long is this?
My
got a new USB cable.
My kids are asking me if they want to go to a game.
Oh, it's this is it. This is our last week. Oh, they're not even in. Is that home or away? Oh, they're not home again. They're in the Empire, which is actually up the road a little bit from where we are, like a 45-minute drive. I could actually go to these games.
Is it because they suck?
They're lower A ball. I mean, it's good baseball, but it's lower A ball. Nashville was AAA, so it's like,
I was talking about
really
the
good.
Padres.
Oh no! I mean,
yes.
hell, everybody thought they were going to run the league this year because they had like 3 of the top players in the league on their team. I'm a big fan of Soto, who came from the Nationals. Machado is from the Orioles, although I've never been a huge Machado fan. And then they had Tatis Jr., who came back from all his injuries and bullshit that he went through with getting suspended. But they were supposed to have a great season, and they just didn't.
I have to be a Cubs fan right now.
Why?
My wife's a longtime Cubs fan, and then one of her friend's sons is a pitcher for the Cubs.
That is it's a fun stadium to go to if you've never been to Wrigley Field. It's
not.
It definitely lacks a lot of the current amenities that some of the newer ball fields have, but it has history. Much like Sarah Goldman herself.
She went to bed.
What?
It doesn't work anymore.
Oh, did I lose Sarah? Damn it! That was a good one I had.
She beat you and left.
I gotta move Discord. I cannot figure. I keep trying to put Discord in different monitors so that I can actually see it, and it just never works. I never.
You guys hate the vaping sound.
I do.
Imagine if I'm having an anxiety attack sitting next to you and just doing this.
Why would you be doing that?
Yes. What did I do this time?
That's how you do it. It's what you do. It controls your breathing.
They're gonna want to. I hate your green screen. What are you talking about? Oh, it does have. You do have a little green glow on your head.
Oh, do I?
Yeah. Yeah. Friend of SoCal. It really doesn't get much better.
Are you asking for new headshots?
Hey, I have a trick for the color correction, NorCal Kid, if you want to hold on off on that. But also remember, it's a thumbnail. People aren't going to be looking at it that much detail.
There is definitely a GitHub desktop app, and it looks like exactly what I want. But then I forgot that I don't use GitHub ever.
That would be a problem. Oh, what's the other one that Kraken? Wasn't that the
Get Kraken?
Get Kraken or something? Yeah.
Get Kraken. That's cute. I might like that.
See, I know the GUI uses.
I would really love if PhpStorm took the time to rework all of their Git stuff.
What's your problem with it?
So, it has this like current branch and recent branches and remote branches list that it's sort of useless. And then like update project sometimes says that it's doing something that it's not. And they have this amend feature for commits, which I really like because we use that a lot. But
I mean, Git has amend.
Yeah, but VS Code didn't have that, and I want to set it to like amend and push, like force push, and it always defaults to amend and push, which is like, well, guess what doesn't work? That doesn't work ever and ever. And like, well, what if you're working with a team on the bug that you're assigned? I'm like, I'm not. It's my bug. Always force push.
Don't always force push. That sounds terrible. Eric force pushed and removed my commits this week. Drove me nuts.
I did.
Well,
Don't force push.
Working on your shared branch. I don't have a shared branch.
I did force push. I didn't realize I was doing it. My fingers got ahead of myself.
I'm a fan of force pushing at the right time, not as a always do.
I typically never force push. That was an accident, and you know that, John. I need to figure out the volume issue, but not tonight. All right. I think we're going to have to let Discord go. People, I need to edit the podcast, and I can't do it until I stop the stream. So, thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye.